Okay, we didn't do a thing in between, people. All right. So we have, contouring and highlighting are the big waves right now. And when Carrie did this on her cheek, I thought, ooh, these are going to be good. So they are doing Mary Kay at Play contouring sticks. So you have a rose gold highlighting stick, okay, and it's going to twist up. Here, how did Maureen do it? We've got to learn. That's what I have to learn. So, but that's really pretty, isn't it? See that beautiful rose gold? Then we have the jet sculpted, and that's more like the latte. Pretty. And then I'm going to show you guys a demo. And then we have the that's jet sculpted 1, and this is jet sculpted 2. So it's pretty easy. See how much darker that is?
Put your hand behind the product, and that allows us to see the color a little better.
Oh, aren't you smart? See, we're learning all this stuff.
When are these available?
November 10th. If you did PCP. Now, I was supposed to make you swear beforehand no one's going to hold their orders. Right? Because that's not what we do. Right, ladies?
Yeah, besides this month is double point.
That's exactly right. So can you guys see that a little bit better? Okay. Hold on. And it shows you, just like with that Ditch Out the Dullness stick and the green stick, it's showing you see the dots? It's showing you how to use them.
Mm-hmm.
And then the rose gold is for black.
I'm just going to put dots on my face and wear it around like that.
Yeah. I love this. So this will be great stocking stuffers too. For Christmas. Excuse me. So when you're shopping for things.
How much are those?
They're only 14 a piece. And it'll last a long time. I love my Ditch Out the Dullness one. Okay, and there are more things coming, but that's what you get. You get the sneak peek for being a part. And don't forget the and so as Bonnie said, it's with a Go Set skincare set that you guys get these. That's why I was looking for that. I should have just looked online. I love it in Mary Kay that even if we have products that we're not 100% crazy about or they sell out on the new quarter, we get new products. Okay, are you good? If you guys give me about 15 minutes, we'll be done. Are you good or you need a break? Good, good, good. Okay. All right, I've been trying to think. I've got to get my notes in order. Sorry, guys.
Tracy, can I ask a quick question while you're doing that?
Yes, please.
So I'm really kind of obsessing over the fact that those men's kits are sold out. And so do you think in your Mary Kay Spidey sense that they will have more, or is it pretty much gone?
It's gone.
Are you serial?
Yeah, but remember, they came out in I know it's frustrating, but they came out in September or in August? When did Holiday Line? September, yeah. But you have a men's moisturizer you can do. You have the shaving foam you can do. You have, we have quite a bit of men's line. So that's just, and it's hard for the company too to
I'll go cry in the corner now.
Okay, go cry in the corner. And then you'll just pivot right back. So tell me out of today and yesterday, what are you excited about? What is something that you're going to take away that you didn't have in your thought process before this? So everyone needs to unmute so they can engage.
Maureen, for sure.
And what about
And
Maureen?
she just made it sound really simple, what she does with the sharing, with the online process, and just how she works things. I don't know. I just really identified with some of the things that she said.
Yeah, and I like that all her stuff's in one area, the Google Docs. All her new stuff's in one area, because I have been kind of working with the Google Doc with my skincare samples that I'm mailing out, and it helps to go back, and I just have my own little coding. But anyway, yeah, that's good. That's good. And that we can go watch the video on how to do it. Like, it's not just a one-time deal. We can go and we can rewatch that video by, I wrote her name down, Karen Leslie, I think. Riddles.
I don't know if you did this purposefully, but it was just a great layering effect. You always talk to me about layering, and it's, it was great to hear from Judy first, because she kind of has that overall strategic view of who Mary Kay was and how that's all kind of started, like the foundation. And then I thought Maureen had a really good look, and then Bonnie felt very like boots on the ground kind of information. So I thought it was just great how it all kind of fell together.
Thank you. I have to give God the credit, because I always pray about these things. And really, I just told Judy to share her heart. I asked Maureen to talk about team building, and Bonnie all her sales. And it did. It just came together. I'm very, very thankful, because I emphatically told Kathy Gilmore I was not doing a virtual fall retreat. I was emphatic about it. No, you will not talk me into it. So anyway, it's how it's supposed to be. It worked out, and I'm glad we did it this way. And now I'm thrilled, because we wouldn't have had what we've had. So,
And I think we learned about the virtual aspect of how to work our business, and we did it through this,
yes,
this venue.
yes. And even as a teacher, that you're on this all the time, Carrie, and I know you're over it, and I don't blame you. You should have heard some of the stories she told me yesterday, but it doesn't seem as overwhelming probably today after hearing about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Just in general, overall, and talking last night, like, I haven't been comfortable with any of the virtual stuff, but after last night and today and seeing everybody do it and learning about it more, it seems like I want to try it more now.
Good.
And I appreciated that Bonnie said not to wait till you're perfect. And just try to think about that with the virtual too. You're not perfect when you go out and do a live skincare class. I certainly am not. I mean,
Right.
I'm never perfect. I always forget something, and even if you just do a facial, there's always something you forget. And if you didn't mess up, you wouldn't be you, you wouldn't be authentic.
Right.
It's not going to be perfect ever. So let's just stop hunting that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's good.
Good point.
That's a really good point. Anybody else want to share something they're excited about or their main takeaway?
I like the QVC party style. I think that will be fun.
Yeah. To know you can do it without samples.
Yeah.
Yep. I thought that was good, the QVC, and then just the Mrs. Cab kind of came more to life, I guess. More usable, doable, shareable, more exciting. We're going to be using our hands.
That's so true, because many Monday nights we're all just like this, but when we use our hands, it just wakes you up. That was tell you guys are being like, put your hands down. Party.
And I like the Google form.
Yeah.
And too.
I use Google all day, every day, nearly. And so that's helpful to know that, to incorporate it into the business.
Good. Then we might be reaching out to you as we dive a little bit deeper into that, Carrie. As Randa says.
I'll add that list to my list.
Okay. As Randa says, it just helps when someone tells me what to do rather than me having to go figure it out. Well, of course it does. So,
Yes.
Anybody else?
Well, it's all been really good, Tracy. I've
Yeah.
enjoyed every bit of it, but I have to say that having Judy live again is my favorite. That's my absolute favorite. That just made my heart soar and
Yeah.
all. Just being able to actually hear her and see her again, just sharing from her heart.
Yeah.
So
I love that she had her scarf on and she had the beach behind her and the sunglasses, and that she's so Judy. It was just,
that's right.
and no apologies. I would have said, I'm sorry about 20 times. And she's just like, my eyes look bad. Here I am. This is me. And I love that.
Still glamorous no matter what.
I'm glad to know who you're talking about now. You refer to her all the time,
Yes.
and I had no clue.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I have many Judy moments. I have Judy moments that she made me tear because of how much she came across caring and embracing. And I have Judy moments where I went, holy crap, I'm in trouble. So, not that you're ever in trouble, but Bonnie can relate where you kind of get, it's like your grandma a little bit, which she's not that old. She'd be more like my mom, but it's that authority that you respect so much that you would never want to disappoint. And so you're kind of getting the look like, did you just really? I've got some Judy moments, but I needed them. And you know what? I remember those. And they left an imprint on my heart, and for good, not for evil. So, Selena, it was awesome having you with us from Arkansas. So we've missed you. And Raylene, of course, you too. I mean, but I've been seeing you, so I haven't seen Selena in quite some time. And Shannon. So anyway, I just think it worked out. It worked out.
That was great. Good job putting it together. Thank you.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you. Thank you for being willing to do it Zoom. Okay, I just want to close with a little bit. I do want you to go on our fall event page and put how you're going to self-care and give Franny a little love on that. I feel like we kind of ran out what we did run over last night, and I really wanted everyone to mention how they're going to do their self-care. So I started a post on that, and so if you could share some love with her, and then one thing that you're going to do to self-care. Because if we don't take care of ourselves, ladies, I mean, these are hard days. We all know that. We could all start a cry fest, I think, in a second with sometimes the pressure that's going on in the world, and then our own personal, just our own personal drive. We are like Judy and Bonnie and Maureen. We want more. We know there's more out there. We know there's people that we want to touch, and it's just important to self-care because of that. It's important to take care of ourselves so we can get back to others. Okay, what will you say yes to? Are you living in the perpetual yes? I wanna read one short thing. And Trina and Rana and Shannon are in our little book club. And so sometimes, what we've been doing is just taking a picture and saying this really spoke to us. After the final no, there comes a yes. And on that yes, the future world depends. If you ever want to feel gratitude, peace, or joy, you have to start with the word yes. Of all the words in the English language, yes has to be the one with the most letter to power ratio. What a word. It's so short and so common, yet beyond it lies the entire mysterious force of our lives. Gratitude begins with saying yes to what God has allowed to happen in the past. Peace comes by saying yes to what God is allowing in the present. And joy and passion are merely the robust byproducts when we say yes to whatever God has planned for our future. Gratitude, peace, and joy all begin with yes. Isn't that powerful? Gratitude, peace, and joy. They all begin with a yes. And when we're saying yes to these things and we're walking forward and we're saying, Yes to being scared. I'm going to do it anyway. Yes to the opportunity. Yes to doing this virtual appointment that I don't know what I'm doing, and to do a Google Doc and to figure out how to wrap stuff. I mean, when we say yes, a lot of those things, and I know you say, well, that's Mary Kay stuff, but we're living in our excellence, you know, totally relating back to Judy. We're living that. I believe our ability to see God at work always begins with the smallest and simplest responses. What will you say yes to? God's ways are often much slower and more meandering than we'd like, aren't they? I mean, this thing called life and process and walking through the valley of the shadow of death, what it feels like some days and what it has been this year sometimes. You know, what Bonnie walked through, you know, when I alluded to, you know, her family struggles. I mean, that was a process. And at the beginning of the process, if you go, well, that's going to take 9 years and then you'll see some recovery. You're like, 9 years? I'm out of here. Forget this. But guess what? She went through the process, and now there's gratitude and joyfulness and peace. And I actually took this from one of our sister director friends. Well, wait just a second. As if life were a road trip with a friend who's up for anything, you know, those road trips, you're like, let's go on the road. God often seems to take us on the back roads. We want the shortcut, and he wants us to enjoy the scenery. I have to say way too many times, I do not want to see the scenery. I just want to get to the state. That's just where I want to go. But this is from Michelle, Bonnie. When you take your eyes off the ultimate, you'll become a slave to the immediate. And that's so easy to do. That's why we set the timer. That's why, you know, we have to stay focused as this. That's why we make our 6 most important things list. That's why we build habits. A habit is, I'm not saying the right word of what Franny said, but that staircasing habits. Step-casing habits.
Habit stacking.
Okay. Thank you. What'd you say?
Habit stacking.
Habit stacking. Thank you. Rome wasn't built in a day, but bricks were being laid every hour. Are you laying your bricks? Are you laying your bricks? I know you want me to tell you a point-by-point way to get new customers, to lay those bricks. I've been looking for that for years myself. And you know what they told me back then? Parties, parties, parties. We go to seminar. You guys would go to new consultant class. What would they talk about? Parties, parties, parties. Now we're saying virtual. You're like, we don't want to do the hard. We don't want to take the back roads. We just want to be driving a car. We just want to be there. New vision, new idea. And we know for the most part, we can't do parties. Bonnie's on her way to do a party. I've done a couple of parties in the last month. Things are opening up, but I've also done a couple of virtual parties. But you have a clean slate. You have sources like digital resources. You have virtual parties. It takes knocking. It takes consistency. It takes time. It takes learning. I don't like to learn. My husband loves to learn. I am not alone. It's exhausting, but it's important, and I do it. I do it because I know that's important. But you're able to learn. I'm able to learn. We don't give ourselves enough credit. Most of the time, we don't want to press in. We want it to drop in our lap. We want to make it easy. But, and I'm going to close this. This is good. If I have to tell someone no, I pray it isn't God. Is this what I wanted to read? Sorry, I just want to be sure I'm reading the right thing. Okay. As I said, without grace, it's not just hard, but downright impossible. Grace, though, grace has repeatedly shown me how to calm down and engage in every moment. Whew, ladies, that can be hard right now. Grace shows me how to stay when bitterness tells me to run. Grace, after all, is the belief that I'm always being treated better than I deserve. So then grace shows me how to trust despite my questions. Grace shows me that more than more often than not, the hard thing is usually the right thing. That's what I took away from Judy. The hard thing is usually the right thing. And the right thing is as simple as saying yes to where there was a no. All God wants is me and my yes. That's all he wants. He wants you and your yes. Yes to him, yes to your family, yes to the present. And when it comes to life God is offering, may there never be a no in me, only a resounding and ever cascading yes. Can that get exhausting? You better believe it. But when I teeter on the edge of burning out, shutting down, and coming back with an exuberant no, I find myself pausing to reflect on how Jesus never stopped saying yes to me. So I'm going to ask you guys again as we close, what will you say yes to? And will you live in the perpetual yes? So I love you all. This has been wonderful. It'll be a couple of days and it'll be uploaded to YouTube. And thank you. Don't forget to go to our Facebook page for this group and give Franny a shout out. Any closing thoughts?
That's great. Thank you.
Fantastic.
you.
Thank you.
I'm so glad you said yes to doing a virtual event.
Oh,
It was great.
thank
It's
you. And
all
thank you,
been
Brianna. I'm sorry it was so challenging for you on the gifting.
No,
Thank you so much.
I'm sorry it was difficult for you guys. I didn't anticipate that. So, but I just want to add, there are 2 words that came up through the last 2 days, I feel, for our unit. One is grounded and one is belief. So those 2 words are really popping up everywhere, and maybe it's a message to all of us in our own individual ways, you know?
Yes, I love
Yes.
that. And when you said
Especially the beliefs, because the theme is the tree, and we are the beliefs, you know, get it? Ellie, you believe?
that's what I was about to say. I heard you say belief. I went, oh, it's a leaf. Oh, I'm glad you could join us, Tiffany, and little Ellie had her first Mary Kay event. Random. All right, hey, we finished 30 minutes early. So Bonnie, thank you. Thank you, my sister. I love you. I love you guys. Oh,
We love
look, Becky's got her glasses
Thank
on.
you.
Position.
Leave.
All right, you guys take care. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Wait, hold on. Mary Kay School 101 is rewrite thank you notes to those who speak. So I'm going to send you Judy's address and write her a thank you note, and Maureen, and Bonnie's not listening, but and Bonnie, right, Bonnie? That's Mary Kay 101, isn't it? Hey, do you have Judy's new address, Bonnie? Can you give me?
I do.
Okay,
I
great.
do.
Okay, just send it to me.
I will. I will.
Okay, thank you guys. Love you.
Thank you.
Thank
All right,
you.
thanks.
Bye.
Bye, thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.